What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? You now tuned into the 50-50 Felipe show, and I'm your host, Felipe. One time for that. Took me a minute to get in the studio, man. I'm trying to tap in. It wasn't going right, you know? So I'm like, damn, what's going on? But anyway, I'm here. God bless me. If you listening, God bless you as well for making it another day, another episode. It's summertime. You already know what time it is. Listen, before I go any further, I want to give a big shout out and let you guys know that this episode is backed up and sponsored by Tasty Soul Food Platters and Brick Face Clothing. If you ain't know, you know now, baby. Just act like you know. You heard. Just in case you didn't know, you know now. But yeah. As we proceed, I wanna give a big shout out to the whole New York City, the whole Los Angeles, Charlotte, North Carolina. What's up, man? I want to give a shout out to Buffalo, man. Upstate New York. Upstate New York making a lot of noise, man. Upstate New York got a lot going on as far as music. Upstate New York got a lot going on as far as clothing line and just black owned businesses popping out with urban clothes, shoes. I met a brother out upstate New York on social media who designs shoes, sneakers, and stuff like that. Some dope shit. I'm gonna watch him keep working, then I'm gonna start promoting. You heard? That's just how I do mine. But for the most part, yeah. Shout out to all the black-owned businesses out there, man. Shout out to anybody that's thinking about doing it. Just go ahead and do it, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I mean? But I've been busy, but not too busy. Because the busy I've been being busy with has been a lot of fun. First and foremost, you already know New York Knicks won. Second and foremost, happy Father's Day. I'm never too late for that. Happy Dad Day. You heard me? So boom. I'm never too late for that. Happy Dad Day. What else I had going on? Oh, shout out to my homeboy, Designer K. Designer K had a birthday smash. We was lit the fuck up. Shout out to my boy Young Ye for popping out. Real niggas do real things. Shout out to Young Ye for popping out. Shout out to P89 for popping out. SP for popping out. Oh man, we had a ball, man. Shout out to the ladies that came through. Show my nigga Designer K some love, man, from all different parts, man. Jersey was targeted, man. My nigga brought some lovely ladies out. We partied and bullshit. And we had a good time. Club River. I got the pictures all posted up there. You see the girls shaking their ass. Stop acting like you don't see the girls shaking their ass. Just first and foremost. No, I said that already. Second and foremost, this episode is this is about Rockefeller. I'm just starting off with some other fly shit. This is 30 years of Rockefeller. This is 30 years of the business of Rockefeller. This ain't even got nothing to do with my homeboy Designer K, but I could go on and on and on and on and on like Badu. You dig? But it's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? But yeah. I'm gonna give a few more shout outs and we're gonna proceed, man. Shout out to like I said, shout out to all the ladies that came through, show my boy Designer K some love on his born day. Shout out to Shout out to everybody, man, that was in the building that day, man. We had fun, man. We had fun. If you was in Club River, man, I think the 20 last weekend, man, maybe the 28th or something. If you was in Club River, we had a ball, man. We had a ball. The pajama party. I saw y'all in there with y'all pajamas on. Y'all was ready to go to bed. I'ma put you to bed. Yo, when that came out, I think it was like, I want to say 09, 010. I want to say 09, 010. 09, 010. I want to say. I met DeHaven that year too. Well, I already knew DeHaven, but me and DeHaven reunited when he came home. I think that was what, 09, 010. Anyway, That was that shit, Jay Holiday. I'ma put you to bed, bed, bed. Anyway, it was like a pajama party or some shit. I ain't had no pajamas on, but you know, niggas sleep naked anyway. So you wanted to roll up on me and play footsies with me. It's all right. You heard? It's all right. Holla back. It'd have been good. Like I said, shout out to my nigga Young Ye for popping out. Ooh, Young Ye was in the building like fire extinguishers. Listen, we all for that. I just can't get enough of that funky stuff. But we got an episode for that though. And like I said, if you want to see footage or pictures or video of my homeboy Designer K Smash at Club River, then you gotta go on my page for that. But tonight episode is the 30-year Rockefeller. 30-year Rockefeller. Yo, give it up for 30 years of Rockefeller music. 30 years. 30 years. 30 years and going on and on. Listen, let me tell y'all how it all started for me. Let me tell y'all how it all started for me. Okay. Now, I remember the year clearly. It was 1996. I remember the year clearly. So, in 1996, you know, we walking around with Panasonics, DJ tapes. We still got records, tape players, Walkmans. Sony still got the fly headphones. What else going on in 1996 as far as music and the distribution of music? Let me see. That was our sources of music in 1996. You had Walkmans, you had radios we walked around with, stereos, car stereos. Like, it was the era of the loud music. It was the era of that. And can't remember the particular day, but I do remember around this time in 1996 when we first was introduced to Jay-Z Rockefeller music. Now, I do believe it was the yibbity yabbity yabbity yibbity yibbity yabbity yabbity. I do believe it was that though. I want to say it was. That was the first song I think that I heard from Jay-Z in 1996, right? But I do want to say if it was the first song, oh, trust me, so many more came after it and it didn't stop. Trust me when I tell you that. So many more came after that. Jibbity jabbity jabbity jibbity jabbity jabbity jibbity, so crazy. So many more came after that. But I can't remember, but I do know I heard that in 1996, along with a different flow of Jay-Z in 1996. If I heard the different flow Jay-Z first in 1996, it wasn't long before I heard the original Jay-Z fast spitting in 1996. So either way it go, I first heard Jay-Z music in 1996. Okay. 1996, it was all types of music out there. It was all kinds of hip hop. It was all kinds of reggae. It was all kinds of R&B and hip hop. It was all pop, mad R&B, mad R&B. We're talking about 1996, mad R&B. It was mad. Let me see. It was mad reggae and hip hop. It was mad R&B and hip hop. Hip hop always been there. For all of those years, hip hop has never not had been there. For the 50-something years it's been here. So, um, listening to Jay-Z music for the first time for me, I really knew that he was different. Whether it was the jibbity jabbity joint, because now at that time it was a lot of Daz effects. It was a lot of, you had Jazzo, it was Daz effects. It was that era. Yeah, let me say you had different MCs with different styles. Back then it was about different styles. It was about being different. It was about like having a different style. It wasn't like trying to like now. You're gonna get signed because you sound like Jay-Z. You're gonna get signed because you sound like Big. You're gonna get signed because you sound like Nas. You're gonna get signed because y'all sound like Wu-Tang. Y'all moving like Wu-Tang. Like that. But back then in the 90s, it was like, nigga, how nice you was. You dig me? So it was a lot of competition out there in 1996 is what I'm telling you. But hip-hop stayed relevant through it all. R&B, reggae, dance, club, pop. I'm talking pop. Michael Jackson, Elton John, Whitney Houston. Hip-hop was fighting with these individuals. Rockefeller was fighting up against these individuals in the 90s, And then you have three black men coming out of the ghetto, which is Damon Dash, Biggs, and Jay-Z, searching for a deal, a music deal. Now, the risk that they took was brilliant because you got three black men coming from urban cities, right? Where what they about to do ain't really been done before. It really hadn't been done before. What they're about to do. And before they could even think that it was going to be doable, they took so many L's. Dame, Jay, Biggs, they took so many L's. And the rest of them. But I just highlight those three. I'm not a Rock Nation member. I don't know the hidden people in the secret people in the who's in the what's and who a FBI agent. And I don't know none of that. We talking 30 years of Rockefeller music. You dig me? So, you got these three black men trying to do something that they ain't never seen done before. And when they did, it was just through other people, I want to say selling their soul or giving up their rights. But these three black men stood for something different. They stood for something more representative, more lucrative, more a stronger foundation than what we've seen before them. They really pushed the envelope. Dame, Jay, and Biggs, they really pushed the envelope when it comes to showing and proving and believing in your dreams. And there ain't many people after that. Meek definitely is one of them coming behind that type, believing in your dreams type stuff. But that's another show too. Shout out to my North Phillians. But you had these three black men, and they done something like that they ain't seen before. But so they had to have trust, loyalty, understanding. You really had to be who you say you was, because you can't really have no money and have a big dream and not think and not have somebody with you and he ain't got no money to contribute to the big dream. Or you going to be having all this money to up front or two of those other two people. So I say that to say there had to be some money around because they went so hard. And you know how many L's you had to take just to get some money? So there had to be some money around between Biggs, Dame, and Jay. Right? And they doing this out the trunk of their car. There ain't no internet. There ain't no Facebook. There ain't no MySpace. There ain't no YouTube. None of that. All you got is maybe a BlackBerry, chirp phone, little fancy shit, but not anything that we have today with immediate gratification as far as sales, music sales, industry numbers. You had to wait for like Source magazine to come out to know who was doing what, who was where. You couldn't wait for a Source magazine or a BT magazine, a Right On magazine, Essence. You couldn't wait for those joints to come out so you could just be like, damn, look at Jay-Z with Whitney Houston, a picture. Look at Jay-Z with Missy Elliott, a picture. Look at Biggs and Dame and Jay with the president as you flicking through pictures. So that was like our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That was like our shit back there, the Source magazines and all that. So you got these three black men up against these things, but you don't know life gonna be different. You just fight through it. You don't fight through it because you know it's about to get different. You in that moment, you live in life, and you got to figure it out. So before I go any further, I just want you guys to take that note, just to know that believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. You will figure it out. You will figure it out. That's what I do know. And that's what these three black men showed us about business, about partnership, about trust, loyalty, devotion, respect, honor. That's what Biggs, Dame, and Jay showed me. Those three things. So you got these three black men up against these things. So they making it happen. Jay is doing the music. Dame is doing the connecting. Dame is doing the talking. Biggs is like the silent partner on so many levels that I can't even tell you one. But I know of 7, if that makes sense. But you can't mention Rockefeller without mentioning Biggs. I remember when Instagram wasn't even really, when knowing your artists was knowing your artists and really not knowing what they look like until you saw a magazine. You know how many artists I know that I liked before, I liked for years and never even knew what they looked like. That's what music was for us back then. You really felt them. You had to feel them before you see them. Nowadays, you hear some shit, you just go right to his Instagram and you just like, I don't like that nigga. He look corny as hell. I don't like that bitch. She look fake as hell. And you judge real quick. But back then, you heard the name, you had to just be with it. Ghostface came out not showing his face. Ghostface had a mask on. You young niggas ain't know that, though. You young niggas ain't know. Ghostface came out. Y'all wearing Pooh Shiesties. Ghostface came out with the hockey puck. Ghostface came out with different masters. He was Ghostface for a while before he revealed himself. I think but that's another show. We're going to keep it on Jay-Z and the Rockefeller label. Right? So, you got these three black men breaking history. Jay-Z's rapping. So, 996, we got mixtapes. I ain't hearing that fast Jay-Z no more. That was one and done. All that J, chicken to A, chicken to Y, chicken to Z, I'm so crazy. That shit was one and done. When I got a hold of Jay-Z in 1996, it went from 1996 Hustling Hove, 9-7 Hustling Hove, 9-8, 9-9, and Infinity till today. Hustling Hove. Shout out to the J to the A to the Y to the Z. I so crazy. Shout out to that Hove, because in order to have billionaire Hove, you had to have J to the A to the Y. You had to have that, right? So you have this black man coming in the game against other artists. Big Daddy Kane on his way. He on fire. Kane on fire when they coming in. So much stuff is going on, man. It's hard. And they trying to shop a deal. You got all these artists sounding different than Jay-Z, other than the Fushnikins, you know. And it was like, we got one of those. And then it was like, pardon me, he come in and sound like Daz Effects. It's like, we got one of those. But to get denied for whatever reason, trying to search a deal in 1996, without no Instagram, without no Facebook, you had to have money. You had to have money. Because you constantly, constantly getting told no. Right? As you shop your deals, as you shop and try and sell yourself, they trying to sell themselves. They trying to sell a label. They trying to get a deal through distribution, through the proper corporation. They trying to have that happen. But Jay-Z, I guess at that time, ain't who or what they looking for. Some may say he wasn't good at the time. But truth of the matter is, they wasn't shopping for Hove as he shopped around. So what they do, Hove being the hustler, Jay being the hustler, Dame being the hustler, Dame being the hustler that they really are, truly are. They kick it into gear. So they do their own promotion, get their own stickers, get their own cups, get their own labels, get their own van, get their own street teams, get their own microphones, get their own cords, get their own cable man, get their own video man, get their own cameraman. You dig me? But when you in the business of learning the business, be business minded. When you in the business of learning the business, be business minded. Some may say it's a fake it to make it thing. I can't say if it is or it ain't, but one thing I can say is dress accordingly. Dress accordingly, be relevant, and be of the people. But they not giving Jay no deals. 9-6. They're not giving Jay no deals. 9-6, 9-7. So they shopping around. They Bill Rockefeller. Now they showing improving. Now the stamp that put it on for me, I heard much of Jay-Z, but what it really was that did it for me and a lot of my niggas out there when I was out on the streets in East Trenton, New Jersey, what did it for me and a lot of my niggas, what really stamped it was so much. But let me tell you what broke the ice. When Jay-Z said, I'm still spending money from 88, he shut shit down. Hove shut shit down. We go on with just one-liners for years. Albums, songs, features, remixes. We can go on for years with one-liners. But I'm telling you that one line that did it for me when it came to Jay-Z, and this was in 1996. When Jay-Z said, I'm still spending money from 88. In 1996, it was like the ball dropped. It was like the world stopped. Niggas had the little black radios with that tape. And Hov say, I'm still spending money from 88. Whoa. All you heard was niggas rewinding it. I'm still spending money from 88. Niggas, let me tell you. That right there changed the game for a nigga like me and a lot of my peers of my age, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, but it influenced my era and played a part in the era above me and the era under me. Right? So, with that being said, I'm like, damn, this nigga talking slick. Your hoe was talking cocky. Now, Hove at the time is getting up there, right? Summer 9-6 on fire. Summer 9-7 on fire. And, you know, Clue tapes. You know, niggas couldn't wait. This is back when you go to record stores and they had a list of, you know how you niggas be, you know how you youngins be like, tell you, you know how you youngins tell you, we connect, text me the list. I'm ancient history. I used to go in the record shop and ask them, let me see a DJ list. Let me see a mixtape list. And he'll put out the mixtape list he printed out of all the MCs he have and all their songs. You have DJ SNS, and he'll have all the artists he got on there. You looking for them? You looking for Jay-Z name on there? DJ Ron G, volume such and such. You looking for Jay-Z name on there? DJ Double R, you looking for Jay-Z name on there? SNS, DJ Juice, rest in peace. Then you go to somebody crazy like DJ. Let's just say Cadillac. He got all this stuff, other shit on there that's old, but he got a bar. He got a Jay-Z on there with a R&B freestyle, and you grab that. Everything else on that tape you heard, but you never heard that Jay-Z freestyle. With the on that R&B song. All the other DJs got Jay-Z hip hop. This one particular this one particular DJ got all these older songs, but this new Jay-Z song featuring, a new song featuring Jay-Z. And you pay that, just for that. That's how influential and how motivated Hove had us and focused Hove had us. Like, everything was like that. So that's how it was back then. We weren't texting the weed man, send us a weed list. We used to go in the record shop, like pull that list out every Friday. Holidays, 4th of July Madness, March Madness mixtapes, 4th of July mixtape, Labor Day mixtape, back to school mixtape, spring mixtape, summertime mixtape, Christmas holidays mixtapes, Halloween mixtapes. Clue had Halloweens, SNS had Halloweens, Ron G, Halloween's, Jay-Z on there. So he killing all these eras of the mixtape eras. He got competition, of course, but he battling it. He going hard. And this is him. He ain't no group. But you got hard MCs out there. You got Mobb Deep, 9-7, 9-8. You got Nas. You still got people like Busta Rhymes. You still got people like that's in the LL Cool J. You still got people like Craig Mack, Biggie Smalls, 9-7, 9-8, 9-9. These Rockefeller and Jay-Z is still relevant at these times. He's collabing and doing songs and features with these other guys that's popping too. But still, he's in competition with these guys. That's just the way rap is, competitive. So whether I like you or I don't, or you from Brooklyn, I'm from Brooklyn, at the end of the day, we got to get money. Bobby Shmurda and his boy, the other hot boy nigga. You see how they are. Brooklyn niggas got to get money, but we ain't got to fuck around. Just go your way, I'm going to go mine. And that's how Hove was throughout his industry. He got to his dollar, and he did it on his own until he started building Up Rockefeller groups and artists. Transforming 2000, Dynasty album, meeting artists such as Beanie Siegel, um, a Million, Memphis Bleak, just doing so much, man. Rockefeller has been around for a long time, man. Um, Jay-Z inspired me in many ways, like just through business. Jay-Z inspired me fashion wise. And I know people say Jay-Z ain't got no style, he can't dress. I never said that he could. But certain things that he did was inspirational and motivational to me. Certain things that he wore, like jerseys, like button ups, or even like Hawaii Sophie shirts like these. You dig me? Look at these things. It's 2026. I've been off of these shirts since 9/6, since Hove was Hawaii Sophie. So, like I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It all comes back, and that's why this episode is important to me. 30 years of Rockefeller, because it babied me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I remember going to jail, posting bail, coming out on Sherman Avenue or Clegg Avenue, popping shit, thinking I'm Hove. I got bail money, double XL money. You got Flash now, but time with Reveal money. Bail out jail, popping shit like I'm rich. Rest in peace to my nigga. Shout out, man. We bailing out, popping, reciting Hove shit. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cent? I mean, don't make Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? Yo, we was popping our shit, man. I mean, what's the difference between the 5.0 and the 5.6? 30, 40 grand costs like a beat it. Rest in peace to my nigga. Shout out, man. That was the shit right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much whole influential, man, and just so motivating from that man, Rockefeller in general. These 30 years has definitely been appreciative, motivational, and just growth, man. Just growth. Rockefeller, man. You know what I'm saying? Rockefeller. Clothing. I had the Rockaware gear. Rockaware. I got a few police incidents where I got locked up. You know how you get your discoveries? I got a few incidents where Mr. Such and Such was running through. They got my outfit and my clothes inside the evidence, and he had a Rockaware sweatpants. And I had another incident where I got a Rockaware jacket on, and it was in my discoveries and shit. So, like, the whole Rockefeller thing was like so. It's like a father. It was like what they said we did. The drinks, from the drinks, the champagne. Hove the reason why I'm buying all this Moet. I seen Hove with the black bottles back in the day, the Moet 9/6 and forever. You know what I mean? So it's like so motivational, inspirational he was to us in my neighborhood and around me. You know what I mean? You know, it's just what it is. Michael Jackson inspired millions, billions of people. Whitney Houston did the same. Jay-Z did the same. You know, so at the end of the day, it's all love. Rockefeller was definitely one of them groups. I mean, one of them labels. One of them labels that stood strong through the test of times. Rockefeller had many artists on there, like Amel. Got to give her props. Memphis Bleak. I mean, Amel. Beanie Siegel. State Property, I believe, was signed under the Rock. Oskino and Chris and Neef, I believe, was signed under the Rock. Freeway, I believe, was signed under Rockefeller. If not Rock Nation. I'm not sure, but I wanted to just be honest and pure with what I got to say about this. So if I'm wrong, just enlighten me. But I ain't sure how the whole Chris and Neef Freeway thing went. If that was Rockefeller, it just so much happens in life. But I do know it's the branch off of Rockefeller, who we celebrating the 30 years of that. I know that's what birthed. Rockefeller is what birthed Beanie Siegel. Rockefeller is what birthed Amel. Rockefeller is what birthed Freeway. Rockefeller is what birthed Chris and Neef. Rockefeller is what birthed PD Crack. Rockefeller is what birthed Oskino and Sparks. Rockefeller is what birthed Rail. Rockefeller is what birthed the Rangers. Rockefeller is what birthed uh maybe a little few more other artists that I'm forgetting, but Rockefeller has definitely birthed so many artists out there. It's a shame. On the good note, respect to all of them. They all put their work in, no matter if it was 18 years, 18 months or 18 years of Rockefeller work. They all added and contribute to it. No, it don't matter what they did, as far as how long, how many albums, how many songs. They got a song or feature with any one of them artists is, they put in. They sign contracts, they put work in, they put in. You can't disclose them. I don't like the internet nowadays, always looking for somebody with an easy come up and not looking at the fact and the struggle through people. But Rockefeller definitely and Jay-Z definitely was some shit. 2000, like I learned a lot from Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard Jay say, and Lucky Me, he said this in the song, Lucky Me. He said, I ain't trying to be harsh, but I'm guilty as charged. He said, I'm not trying to be hard, but I'm guilty as charged. I put my faith in this. He said, I put my mercy in this courtroom, my faith in God, and pray hard. None of my nephews want to be stars. Lucky Me. That's the song, Lucky Me. And I remember going to court one time and the judge asked me, did I have anything to say? I ain't know. I wasn't prepared for that. But I did tell the judge, I said, I said, Your Honor, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm guilty as charged. I'm guilty as charged of these offenses that's in front of me. And I asked for a lighter sentence, and I did get a lighter sentence. Honest to God, my sentence went from 6 to 4 years, just on the strength of me. Now, hindsight, I know what I did, which was show remorse. But I do want to shout Jay-Z out for at least giving me the knowledge and the words to use in those situations, not knowing I would be in that situation, but I ended up in there. And that really did help me because the judge said it was because I showed remorse. So I do want to give Jay-Z a shout out for that. And that's how Rockefeller shifted, mold, and changed me in ways. Rockefeller shifted, shaped, and changed me in ways like, just so many things. Like I said, music, clothing, artists, just seeing artists from Brooklyn, meeting them and hearing everybody wanted to get down with Rockefeller back in the day. Niggas was nice, niggas was trying hard as hell to get down with Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? So they had all of those artists I named. They had a few beefs. They had the beef with Nas. You know what I'm saying? They had some ins and out. They had some beefs with True Life, beef with Jim Jones, Dipset, just different subliminal people. Rock was the kingdom, so everybody was coming at the throne. So that's just what it was. So they had a lot of other different beefs, but these are some of the main ones that stuck out to me the most. You know what I mean? 50 Cent, G Unit, and they held it down quite well. You know what I'm saying? Rockefeller was definitely going through the motions when it comes to the beef. They definitely was. They wasn't like just sitting there not saying nothing. Niggas was involved. You know what I mean? So shout out to Rockefeller label for all of that. All of them that participated in that beef. Beanie Siegel, Chris and Neve, Young Gunner, Memphis Bleak, all of them that participated in that Freeway. All of them that participated in that beef throughout the many years. So, Rockefeller just been Rockefeller, man. Liquor, champagne, Hope, the reason I got the gold bottles. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Hove, I would have never bought the Ace of Spades. I'm just keeping it funky. You know what I mean? It is what it ain't, you know? Let me see. Jay-Z had children. That kind of threw his fans off. Then he had another child. Then he, a lot of things. I follow Rockefeller through. Follow Rockefeller through his marriage. Follow Rockefeller through his children. You know what I mean? Follow Rockefeller and Jay-Z through just different things, man, in life, just to transition and to see who he has become today. You know, and then right now in today's time, you have like the same three brothers, Jay Z, Damon, and Biggs. Well, Jay Z and Damon is not seeing eye to eye. It's just a bunch of going back and forth, kitty jokes, disrespect. He say, she say. I don't know. I'm just saying. I wish that the two brothers could come back to reality, scratch the surface, get to what the root of the problem is. Some say it's Aaliyah, some say it's money, some say it's him giving Cameron. Some saying it's Dame giving Cameron position at Rockefeller. Some saying Jay and Aaliyah. Some saying it's this. Some saying it's that. Nobody knows what it is. But I kind of think if it's those three things or those things that are surfacing, all of them is worth coming back to see your friend and reuniting after y'all making millions together. I think the things that surfacing, but now if it's something different, I understand it, or something important I don't know of, I understand it. But if it's those three things that I keep hearing, money, clothes, hoes, it's worth to just come back and be like, yo, brother, that's good. I mean, it's So, and you can't talk Rockefeller without speaking to Haven. You can't speak about 30 years of Rockefeller without speaking about the Haven. The Haven plays a big part. No, he ain't a Dame Dash. No, the Haven isn't a Pigs, but the Haven definitely is a puzzle to the Rockefeller Foundation. So I do want to give the Haven his props, and I do want to shout the Haven headache out because he's definitely the foundation of Rockefeller. There wouldn't be a lot of Rockefeller if it wasn't for the Haven. So I'm just saying, shout out to the Haven. But let me see. And then you got the married, the whole taking a break, not putting out music, then drop with his wife, collabo with his wife. Like this dude just worked, he platinum, MTV Awards, BT Awards, liquor, 40/40 clubs, all the foundation is Rockefeller. All this because in 1996 you had three black men trying to become something in life, and look what was the foundation, music, and look what they end up having it. And I'm missing so much, but 40/40 club, different states, all these things, Rockefeller, Rockaware, Duce, S. Carter sneakers. All of this stuff is coming from the foundation of hip hop. Three black brothers trying to find a way without a way and keep getting denied but keep pushing with their own cash. These motherfuckers had to have been paid. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Biggs had to have been paid or making money while trying to find a way. Because not only do it get discouraging, when you ain't got no money, you really don't got too many thoughts, too many options. You got a lot of options and a lot of thoughts when you got money. When you broke, you can't think about nothing. You're only thinking about money. You ain't even thinking about how to make the money because your thoughts and your mind won't allow you to. That's why some people come up like they just go for the gusto, like I'm about to go rob somebody because they could think better with money. Like, oh, I got $1,000. Okay, I could relax now. Just breathe and think some shit out and get some money. You dig me? And everybody not like that. So that's just how it was, man. But salute to Dame, salute to Jay, salute to Biggs for starting up Rockefeller. I got my Duce right here. Let's take a shot for that. Woo! Yeah, man, Jay-Z, Rockefeller, man, was like I said, it was beef. That ether was bad. Everything else they held it down. The ether was bad, but That was because it was Nas. You can't talk Rockefeller without talking Ether. I'm just saying. Let me see. Rockefeller. Wow, that's so crazy, man. That's a different. Now we tapped in really with Rockefeller, man. And, Hov come back out. He done grew the dreads. Then he cut the dreads off. Now he got an afro. And then he got cornrows. We don't know where Hov going with this, man. Did he come outside with the Roots 2026 after hiding for 10 years? I wouldn't say he was hiding, but after being bossed up for 10 years, he popped back out with the Roots in Philadelphia at the Roots picnic and performed, did some dissing, showed his afro, showed his ass. Then he at the Knicks game with all the splendors. You dig me? So Hov back outside, man. Rockefeller 30 years later. Hov even had the museum in Brooklyn. What's that, 2-3 years ago, I want to say? He had the Brooklyn. Then he back out there with the museum. Not the museum, but the monumental subway in Brooklyn. They shut that down, turned that to a whole little Jay-Z event. So he there with the ancient, with the historic trains and the historical signs and all that, graffiti on the wall, trying to give him back that old-fashioned Brooklyn energy. You know what I'm saying? Graffiti on the wall. You know what I mean? But it ain't right if it ain't the pissy motherfucking trains and the rats running around and the bums sleeping. It ain't right. Like, he going inside subways and you got clothes hanging up and shit. He picking clothes. You know how you stand on the subways and you hold on to the rail right there? He got clothes on those rails. There's no clothes up there. There was bums holding on to that thing, or you or your moms or some shit like that. Like, Jay, they crazy. But got sneakers in one of the carts. We didn't have sneakers in the carts. We had other bums over there or other passengers over there, or somebody trying to sell batteries in the other cart, or somebody breakdancing. We ain't had no damn sneakers in the other cart. Like, I just think that part of it is like kind of like, the hell? But anyway, you know what I mean? Maybe, because when you're a billionaire, you can have whatever you want done. There going to be enough people to make enough money that understand you. It's not going to be for everybody. But when you got $1 billion, you can have 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 people that understand where you're going with this. But the rest won't. But that 200, 300, 500,000 people is just enough. You dig me? So when you have money, you just never know. So I just call it like I said, work it like I bid. Rockefeller, 30 years of music. Rockefeller, 30 years of movies. The movie they had out, Jay-Z and them, had the music. They had the state property movies, branch off Rockefeller. They had The Streets Is Watching. They had documentaries. They had movies, Broadway plays. Like, let me tell you, them boys came a long way. Jay-Z, Damon Dash, and Biggs, they came a long way as black men trying to achieve something for themselves with no vision. They had a vision, but with no one before them to be like, this how you do it. Imagine trying to chase your dreams with nobody in front of you to say, this how you do it. That's when you really chasing your dreams. Is it chasing your dreams when you can see how Michael Jordan did it? Now you want to do it just like Mike? Is it really chasing your dreams when you see how Scarface do it? And you want to do it just how Scarface, so you're going to get everything Scarface got? Is that really kingpinning? Or you want to do some shit? Or you want to break the ice like those three black men did that ain't nobody ever did before? And then be like, that's monumental. That's some statue shit. That's some historical shit. That's some bitch. That's some Mississippi down yonder hospitality shit. How you got three black men that goes like that, do something like that, go so hard? How could you not respect that? How could you not? Shout out to the whole Rockefeller. Whatever part you played, and guess what I want to do at this time before I continue on? I want to pop off on your favorite hater, because we all got haters, whether it's your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt. I just see that red thing over there looking like it need to get popped on, and I ain't pop off on it in a couple of weeks. Because I've been chilling. Mind you, like I said in the beginning, Father's Day, killed them. New York Knicks parade, killed them. My nigga Designer K birthday, killed them. So I wasn't around to be podcasting, but I had hit the streets, and then you had people come out for my nigga Designer K birthday. They was like, "Oh, bro, I ain't been seeing you on the podcast lately. Keep up the good work." Thank you, my nigga. I'm here to do that, but let me pop off for your favorite hater. That's how you do that there. You dig me? Rockefeller, 30 years, 1996, today, 2026, 30 years of Rockefeller music, movies, TV shows, everything else that they had to bring to the table. Outfits, uniforms, clothing. You can bullshit with rap if you want. Now, we ain't going to turn it into a Jay-Z thing because he couldn't do it by himself. That's another show. But we talking about Rockefeller Records. 30 years. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Think about it. Think about it. 1996, 2026. Think about it. Who better? You got some people that held on, stayed strong, Cash Money, Master P, but on the East, who on the East held it down like Rockefeller? Who on the East? Out of Rough Rider, out of Irv Gotti and them, out of G-Unit, out of Dipset. Who had the most everything? Rockefeller. Shout out to the whole entire Rockefeller staff. There's so much to this I'm forgetting. I just did the best I can do. You can research this all you want. It's just tons of information you're going to find out. But what I do want to say is Jay-Z and the Rockefeller team inspired me in my life so much. I'm appreciative to it. Nobody knew that hip-hop or music, period, will go this far. I didn't see that coming. Now you got Memphis Bleak branch off of Rockefeller, doing stuff with itself. You know what I mean? I think Nori was even on Rockefeller, doing stuff with itself, if I'm not mistaken. Nori was on Rockefeller. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but I want to say Nori was on Rockefeller too. But nevertheless, salute to everybody that paid attention and gave me their time to this segment. I'm back. I got a birthday coming up. It's cancer season. What the fuck? Shout out to my nigga Designer K. Shout out to my nigga Ray. Shout out to my nigga G Money. G Zaleo. It's a family affair, man. The family is here. You dig me? We out of here, man. Live life. Love somebody. Because tomorrow ain't promised, baby. I'm out of here. 50-50 Felipe show.